Record it. All right. So good morning. Let's go ahead and get started with our gentle yoga, and we'll start in our comfortable seated posture. You can sit cross-legged, you can stretch your legs out. The most important thing is that you're sitting with a nice straight back. And to do that, I recommend using a folded blanket or pillow or towel underneath your hips. Okay, so we're going to sit tall. You can rest your hands either in your lap or on your knees and just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in and out through your nose. And just relax from the top of the head, down through the forehead, around your eyes. Relax your jaw. Down through the neck and throat and the shoulders, down the arms to your fingertips. And back up through your shoulders, relax your upper back, your chest, your lungs, your heart center, through your abdomen, through your lower back, from the hips, all the way down the legs, through your feet, through your toes. And just focus on your breath, inhale and exhale deeply. And see if you can even out your breath. So in your mind, you just count to yourself the length of your inhale and then count again the length of your exhale and see if you can even out your breath. So if you inhale to the count of 7, you'll exhale to the count of 7. That's a breathing technique called Matrika Pranayama, and it helps to bring about sort of a sense of well-being. All right, with your next exhale, let's bring the chin forward, just hang your head down. Bring your chest up towards your chin and just hold for a moment. And then just roll your head to one side as you or actually let's just hang the ear towards the shoulder. So the right ear hang, or either side, hang the ear towards the shoulder. And now slowly roll around to the back. Keep your jaw relaxed. Slowly over to the other side. Just let your ear hang toward the shoulder for a moment. And then back down to the front. Let's do a few circles. Inhale as you roll around to the back. Exhale, come back to the front. Do about 3 or 4 circles to each side. Just take your time. All right, when you're done with your neck rolls, go ahead and let your head hang down. Just clasp your hands together, lay them gently on the back of your head. Add a little weight to the stretch and hold. Now bring your head back up to center. Put one hand on the head, the other one can rest on your leg. And then gently draw the ear towards your shoulder and hold. And then back to center, and we're going to do the other side. Good, and let your head come back to center, and then go ahead and turn your head gently from side to side, back and forth. Good, and bring your head back to center. All right, arms by the side. Inhale, reach out and up and stretch. Inhale, clasp your hands, reach towards the ceiling, and then exhale, lean to one side. And inhale as you come up. And exhale over. Inhale to center. And exhale. And exhale. Good, and bring yourself back to center and pull back slightly with those arms. And then let your fingertips touch. Inhale as you exhale, just bring those arms out and down. And then let's clasp the hands together behind your back. Gently roll your shoulders back and stretch. Good, and relax. And then go ahead and reach forward. Let your fingertips touch your shoulders, and we'll take those elbows in, back, around. Nice big circles. Good. Opposite direction. So let's do one more for the shoulders. We're going to bring the arms up like this and just take one elbow and put it inside of the other. So you're wrapping one arm into the other, and then let your hands touch back to back, or you can wrap them around again so the fingertips touch the palm. And then gently draw those elbows up. So you'll feel this right across your upper back, your shoulder blades, and just hold. Nice deep breath. 2, 3. Good, and relax. We're going to bring the elbows down and untwist. And let's do the other side. So draw the elbows up, put one inside of the other, back to back with the hands, and wrap them around again. Draw the elbows up and hold. Nice deep breath. 2, 3. Exhale, let those elbows go down. Good, just kind of swing the arms a little bit. Okay, stretch your legs out for a moment. Rock the feet in and out. Good, we're gonna do a seated posture for the hips before we get onto the hands and knees. I'm gonna actually move the blanket out, so I'm just flat on the floor. And let's do the variation where you tuck one heel all the way in, have the other heel out in front, and you want to line up the heels and have a space between your feet. So I've got maybe like 8 or 12 inches between the feet. Sit up nice and tall and just gently lean forward. So we are just starting to warm up, so this might feel a little tight. So just lean into it gently. Take a deep breath. Good, and then we're going to stretch to each side. So kind of lean a little bit to one side. You'll feel this in your lower back a little bit more. And then over to the other side and stretch. Good, and then back to center. Let's go ahead and switch the feet around. So you're going to tuck one heel in, the other foot out in front. And then inhale, as you exhale, go ahead and lean forward. Stretch. Good, and hold. And then stretch to one side, over to the other side. Good. And come back to center and go ahead and bring yourself up. And just stretch your legs out, rock your feet in and out a little bit. Relax. All right. So we're going to come up onto the hands and knees. I like to use the blanket as some padding under my knees because I have a hard floor here. Do that, and then hands under your shoulders. We're going to start with our cat dog tail stretch. I like to do this one every time because it loosens up the spine, the shoulders, the lower back. So hands under the shoulders. As you exhale, you're going to tuck your chin in and round your back and shoulders. Just stretch, kind of pulling the stomach up as you exhale. Good. And then inhale, arch your back, take a nice deep breath. Look up. And exhale, tuck your chin in. Round your back and shoulders. Inhale as you arch and look up. And just move at your own pace. Follow your breath. All right, next exhale, let's bring the hips right back toward the heels, forehead towards to the floor or towards the floor, and just reach out through your fingertips. Doesn't matter if the hips touch the heels. You just want to round that back and give yourself a good stretch here. If it feels good to rock your hips a little bit from side to side, you could do that as well. Stretching all the way out through your fingertips. Good. We're going to do a downward facing dog. Have your hands just a little bit wider than the shoulders. You can put your, for me, the small finger is sort of touching the edge of the mat. So you're going to come up onto your hands and knees. Let your toes curl under. Go ahead and lift your hips. And then gently stretch back. So you're pressing your chest back towards your legs, towards your thighs. Palms are nice and firm, pressing into the mat, and hold. Deep breath, 2, 3. Let's do a runner stretch. Bend one knee, push the opposite heel down, back and forth. So just stretch out those calves a little bit. Good. All right, let's bring the shoulders forward. Let your knees touch down to the mat. You're going to sit towards the left heel, twist over to the right, and give yourself a nice stretch all the way through that lower back, especially maybe into the shoulders, and just hold. Slow, deep breaths. All right, let's come up onto the hands and knees. We're going to switch over. Sit back towards that right heel. Reach over to the left and stretch. Good. And let's come back to center, back up onto the hands and knees. We're going to press back into the down dog. So go ahead and stretch one more time. And I'm going to move us through the cobra sequence. So I'm going to have you bring your shoulders forward and let your knees touch down. You want your shoulders over your hands, so it helps to look in front of you a little bit instead of looking back towards the knees. And as you come down, your elbows will kind of come by your sides, if that makes sense. They're not going out to the sides. They're going to like touch your sides. So you want your chest forward, and you're just going to lower yourself right down onto the floor. Inhale as you peel up into cobra. stretch. Good. Press back onto the hands and knees, and then go ahead and press back into a down dog one more time. Let's do that little sequence again. Inhale, bring your shoulders forward. Exhale, put your knees down, your chest down. And then peel up into cobra as you inhale. And this time we're going to do a half tortoise. So hips back to the heels, forehead to the mat. And you can open and close your fists. So you actually have two variations. Whenever we do sequences like that, if you don't want to do another downward dog, you can always do this posture. You can always bring your hips to the heels and then, just kind of continue with our sequence. So now we're going to come up onto the hands and knees. I want to do a little work with our legs or hips. So from this position, I want you to take your right leg and bring it right up so your foot is right up between your hands like this. You can kind of see that my knee is bent and I've got the fingers on the mat. Okay, my hands are on the mat. And you're going to go on the ball of the back foot and lift your hips. So you're in this lunge posture. I want you to bring your hips up as you inhale. And then exhale, let your knee come down to the mat. So I have my right foot forward. I forgot to say which leg. My right foot is forward, my left leg is back. You can do either side, but if it's easier for me to talk you through it, then you want to do the right foot forward. So that's one more. Lift your hips, inhale. Exhale, let your knee come down. Rest your knee onto the mat. Relax your back foot. And now I want you to kind of lean into the lunge. You can see that my knee is over the ankle. My foot is flat on the mat. And I'm just leaning into it. That's a big stretch right through here. So just hold. If you want to add to the stretch or just try a variation, you can bring your outside arm. So for me, that's my right arm. You can bring it to the inside of your leg and continue to sort of lean into it. And then the full variation would be to come all the way down onto your elbows. That's a really deep stretch. So you can decide, how far you want to go this morning with your stretch, and just hold. Go back to noticing your breath. Inhale and exhale deeply. Good. And now you're going to come up, put one hand on either side of the foot. We're going to go on the ball of the back foot. So you're going to lift your hips and slide your right foot back. And that takes you into the down dog. Just give yourself a good stretch. And then bring your shoulders forward. Let your knees touch down. And you're just going to bring your left foot up between, or the other foot up between the hands, just like this. So you can see I brought my leg up. You're on the ball of the back foot, so you're in your lunge posture. Raise your hips up. Inhale. Exhale, let your knee come down. And 2, 3. And do one more. 4. And just let your knee rest onto the mat. Relax your back foot. Lean into that stretch. And if you want to go further or try a different variation, bring your left arm to the inside and kind of lean into it. Good. You can also, if you want, try to come down into those elbows. Just do one more breath here. All right, bring yourself up. One hand on either side of the mat. We're going to go on the ball of the back foot. Lift your hips, slide your left foot back into that downward dog and stretch. And shoulders forward, knees down to the mat. I really like the pigeon. It's called the half pigeon pose. So we're going to do that one for the hips. Bring your right knee up. Turn the heel in. So your heel is by your left hip bone. And then just stretch your left leg back a little bit further. That's going to take you deeper into that stretch. Inhale as you look forward. And then as you exhale, come on down. And you can rest like on your elbows like this. Or go ahead and bring your forehead down to your forearms. Good. And then if it feels good to rock a little bit from side to side, you can do that. So this is such a good stretch for the hips, the buttocks, the lower back, when we're sitting all day. Or even if you're standing all day or walking all day, this is a great one to loosen up the hips and lower back a little bit. Good stretch for the knee. Good. And bring yourself up, hands onto the mat. Let's take it back to the downward dog. We'll use that to transition from side to side. Maybe do a little runner stretch. Bend one knee, push the opposite heel down. And then let's do the other side. Shoulders forward, knees down to the mat. Let's slide the left knee up. Turn your heel in. Stretch your right leg back. Inhale as you look forward. Stretch. And exhale as you come on down. Put your forehead, if you're comfortable, put your forehead down on your forearms. And I always kind of rock or move a little bit in my postures. If that feels good to you, you can add that in. There's a saying in yoga that the role of the teacher is to awaken the teacher within the student, right? To awaken the teacher within you. And so when you're going through these postures, what you're really learning to do along with learning the postures is to really just pay attention, right? Pay attention to your breathing, pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to your body, pay attention to the thoughts that come up into your mind. And by being aware of that, then you start to tune into your own intuition, right? What feels good right now in this posture? All right, so we have you come back up, put your hands onto the mat. Last one, we're going to take it back to that downward dog. Stretch. And let's bring the shoulders forward, put the knees to the mat, draw your hips all the way back to your heels, and just stretch out that lower back a little bit, maybe rock from side to side. Good, and then bring yourself into a kneeling posture. Okay, we're gonna stretch your toes and your feet, so let the toes curl under, sit back on your heels, stretch those arches. And then from here, we'll come on up. I'm just going to move my blanket off to the side. And let's come up to a standing posture. We'll do some standing poses. All right, so feet about hip distance apart. I like to start with a twist. So feet about hip distance. Lean forward. Inhale as you roll to the back. Exhale back to the front. Nice, easy movement. Change direction. Good. Back to center. Inhale as you exhale, you fold into your front bend, let yourself hang, sway gently from side to side. Let go of all that tension in your back. Okay, reach to the floor, bend your knees, reach to the floor, come down into your squat. It's a good opposite stretch from that front bend. And then let's go back into the front bend. And back down to the squat. Good. Front bend again. Go ahead and bring your chest up. Let the hands come to your hips. Inhale as you come on up. Let's support the back. So put the heel of the hands just like this, right under your rib cage. Fingers towards the floor. Feet hip distance. You're going to lift through the chest. I always keep my knees soft and bent. And then gently lean back. And then come back up to stand. Right up to center. And then go ahead and bring your feet closer into the Tadasana, which is your mountain pose. So the toes can touch or just be a couple of inches apart. Arms slightly out to the side. Inhale, reach out and up. Let your fingertips touch your reach to the ceiling. Go and lean to one side. So push out on that opposite hip. Nice deep stretch into our half moon. Inhale as you come up. And then exhale over. Inhale to center. And exhale. Inhale as you come up. And exhale. Good. And we're back to center. Inhale, exhale as you let your arms go. Good. All right, we're going to do some triangles today, and I'm going to turn so that we're facing the same direction. I think that might be easier to follow. Let's open the feet nice and wide, okay, and extend the arms out. So you want your feet definitely wider than the shoulders. If you can get your ankles to be underneath your wrists, that is pretty wide. But if you're comfortable with that, you can extend your feet that wide. And then turn the toes of your right foot out to the wall. Out to the side. And then with your left foot, angle your toes in just a little bit. You want to keep your sort of belly button pointing straight ahead, so you're not rotating the hips. Okay? Straight ahead. And then inhale as you exhale, reach out over that right leg, and then you'll pivot and let your fingertips come down and lightly touch your leg. No bend in this right knee. Keep that right leg real strong. Press down into the heels and then reach towards the ceiling with your left hand. You can look right up at your left thumb or you can look straight ahead. Take a nice deep breath here. One more. Good. And then inhale, reach and draw yourself up. And then exhale, turn your foot in. And let's do the other side. So turn that left foot out. Angle your right foot in, hips are open, meaning your belly button's pointing straight ahead. Nice strong legs, so you're not bending the knee. Inhale as you exhale, reach out and just pivot. Let your fingertips lightly touch the leg. Reach towards the ceiling, look up at your thumb. I want you to press into your heels and hold. 2, 3, 4. And then inhale, reach and come on up. Exhale, turn your foot in. Good. Just relax your shoulders for a moment. So let's do that again. We'll do one more time on each side. So extend the arms out. The toes of the right foot are pointing out towards the wall. Angle your back foot in. Keep your chest and your belly button pointing straight ahead. Inhale as you exhale, reach out. Come on down. Stretch. Go. And 2. 3, nice strong legs. 4, inhale, reach and come on up. Exhale, turn your foot in. One more time. Left foot angled out. Toes of the left foot pointing towards the wall. Angle your right foot in. Inhale as you exhale, reach out. Come on down. 2, 3, reach and come on up. Exhale, turn your foot. Good. Let's relax the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to come into a front bend. And we're going to do a stretch for the shoulders. So 2 variations of it. You can clasp your hands together behind your back and gently pull the shoulders back. Or you can do a stretch that stretches your wrists and hands a little bit more. You let the fingertips touch. Okay, so just my fingertips are touching. Actually, it's like my middle and my 4th finger are touching. And then turn those fingertips in and up like this on the back. It's actually quite a stretch for the shoulders. Okay, so if that works for you, you can do that variation or the other variation and come forward into your front bend. So I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. So your legs are still apart, toes straight ahead. Go ahead and fold into your front bend. If you are clasping your hands together, go ahead and raise them gently behind your back. Raise them up a little bit to increase the stretch. If you're touching fingertips, of course, you don't need to do anything, but just keep those fingertips together. Hold. Good. Okay, we're going to release the hands down to the floor. Reach over to the right leg. Hold on to your calf or your ankle and bring your head in the direction toward the knee. reach over to your left leg. Do the same thing. Hold on to your leg, gently draw your head towards your knee. Come back to center. We're going to soften or bend the knees, reach to the floor in front of you. And I'm going to have you step your feet in a little bit closer. And now come on down into your squat. There you go. Good. And we're going to go, actually from here, why don't we do a, you know what, we'll do the crow. I don't think I've done the crow with you before, so it's been a while. So we're going to strengthen the wrists and hands. So right now I'm in a squat. I've got my heels up, okay? And I got my hands flat on the mat with my elbows inside of my legs, okay? So what you're going to do is lean forward so that the elbows press into kind of like where the creases, I guess, kind of by your knee. So I'm coming forward and just putting some pressure or weight on my hands and then back. And then forward and press and then back. And we'll do one more. Press and then back. Good. All right. And then from here, let's go ahead and sit all the way down. Excuse me. And stretch your legs out. Rock your feet in and out a little bit. And then even with the wrists and hands, maybe just make some circles with the hands. You know, I think we're all on the computers all day. So we're typing a lot, doing a lot with our hands. So it's good to strengthen them. Avoid trouble with our carpal tunnel, things like that. Good. Okay, so now I want to do some floor exercises. I really like the cradle pose. It's one of my favorites. So we're going to do that where you take a foot either side. You're going to place your foot either into your hand or bring it up into your elbow. Okay, the opposite hand or elbow, and then wrap the other arm around, and then just gently rock your hip from side to side. Gentle rocking movement. Good, and we'll stop that rocking movement and gently pull that leg in and just hold for a moment. And relax. Let's place the foot right across your upper thigh and we'll bounce the knee gently up and down. So gentle rocking. Okay, so from here, we're going to stretch forward. I'm going to give you a couple of variations. If your knee comes pretty close to the floor or touches the floor, go ahead and keep your foot up on top of the thigh. But if that's not comfortable, if it's too much of a stretch for the ankle or for the hip, just put your foot right along the inside of the thigh so you can bring it down. So we've got two variations, up here or down here. Now we're going to reach forward, angle so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So we're going to reach forward. So just inhale and stretch up. And then exhale, reach out towards your foot. Now, some of you will be able to reach your foot, so you can just hold on to the foot. If you can't reach the foot, that's okay. Hold on to your calf, or you can put your hands on the mat and kind of draw your chest forward. It doesn't matter. Either way is a good stretch. I want you to hold, and with each exhale, lengthen through that lower back and soften into that stretch. Good, and then inhale as you come on up, and exhale, stretch that leg out. Should feel a difference between your sides, right? Now we're gonna do the other side so we can balance you out. So go ahead and bring your foot either into the hand or into the elbow, whatever feels best. Wrap the other arm around, gently rock side to side. Good, and then let's just pull that leg in and hold. And relax. Place that foot right across the upper thigh and gently bounce the knee up and down. Moving that hip in all directions to get a good stretch. Make us more comfortable. We're sitting on the desks. Okay, so from here, some of you are leaving the foot right on top of the thigh, just like this. Some of you are putting the foot along the inside of the leg, whatever feels comfortable for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach out towards your toes. Some of you are reaching for the foot, some are reaching for the calf. And just hold. Breathe, 2, 3, 4. Good. And let's have you draw your chest up, stretch your leg out, rock your feet in and out a few times. All right. So we're going to come down onto our backs now. If you want extra padding, feel free to stretch your blanket out or your towel. And then when you come down onto your back, you want to draw the knees in to your chest. Clasp your hands across your legs and just rock. Gently rock from side to side. Good. Feet on the mat, hip distance apart, arms rest by your sides. Press your back down into the mat, press your feet down, and then raise your hips up to a nice bridge posture. So go ahead and raise up and pull. Inhale as you exhale, roll down slowly. And draw your knees right back up into your chest. All right, open the arms out to your sides, and we're going to go to the left. I want you to lower the legs all the way to the floor. So the knees are tucked into the chest. Lower them to the left. Let your knees and your feet just rest on the floor. Turn your head, look out towards your right hand. That'll help draw that shoulder down. And then if you want to add to the stretch, you can take your left hand, place on your right knee, and just gently draw down and just hold. Inhale as you come on up. Exhale over to the other side. So let the knees come down to the floor. Turn your head, look over to that left hand so you can draw that shoulder down. And then you can put your right hand on your left knee and gently draw down. Nice deep breath. Good. Let your knees come back to center. And go ahead and stretch yourself all the way down into the mat. Arms rest by your sides. Just rock your head gently from side to side. And let your head come back to center. Close your eyes softly. And just allow that floor to support your body. I'm going to walk us through a nice relaxation. So relax now from the very top of the head down through the forehead. around your eye. Relax through the nose. Relax through the cheeks, the corners of your mouth, your jaw. Take a nice deep breath and relax down through the neck and throat to the shoulders, all the way down the arms to your fingertips. Back up through the shoulders, relax through the upper back, your chest and lungs, your heart center, through the abdomen, through the lower back. Relax from the hips all the way down the legs to your feet. Now take a nice deep breath and just imagine it's as if your body can breathe from your toes all the way through the top of your head as you inhale. From the top of the head all the way down through your feet, the soles of your feet as you exhale. Relax again the feet, ankles, lower legs, knees. Relax your hips and pelvis, the abdomen, relax the heart center, your upper back, your chest and lungs, from the shoulders all the way down to the fingertips. Back up through the shoulders. Relax through the neck and through the face and through the top. And then slowly take a deep breath. Start to bring your awareness back, moving your fingers, moving your toes. And as you come out of your relaxation, go ahead and draw the knees into your chest and just relax your back. And then you can roll to your side. And slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated posture. Hands at the heart. Before we come out of our relaxation and end the class, it's always nice to set an intention for the day. It's yoga, relaxation, and peace, right? You can carry that throughout the day. So my intention that I like to set for each day is that my day is easy, that my day is fun or purposeful. Good. And then eyes are back open. Namaste. Great. So I want to wish you a really great day. We're actually going to end the class just a little early today. I'm not going to do the meditation, but because I have to do a presentation. But I want to remind you that you can go to the Candace Rose Yoga at YouTube. I just post all these videos there so that you guys can use them again. And I will be teaching next Thursday and every Thursday, 9 a.m. throughout the semesters. I'll make sure to ask Matt today. I have a note to do that, to add those to the PD portal, okay, because they're not in there yet. So, so hope to see you on, any Thursday that you're free this semester. Please drop by and we'll do some yoga together. All right. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your well wishes.